Let's begin by exploring why coral reefs are far more important than most people realize. While their vibrant colors and unique shapes make them visually stunning, their true value lies in their role as one of the most biodiverse ecosystems on the planet. Coral reefs support nearly a quarter of all marine life, even though they cover less than 1% of the ocean floor. This incredible biodiversity makes reefs essential for the health of our oceans. There's more. Because corals are highly sensitive to changes in their environment, they act as early warning indicators for the planet's overall health. When reefs are stressed, it's a signal that bigger environmental issues may be unfolding. In many ways, coral reefs function like rainforests for the ocean, providing shelter, food, and protection for countless species. As we move forward, keep in mind that the fate of coral reefs is closely linked to the fate of Earth's ecosystems. Now let's break down what coral bleaching actually means. Coral bleaching happens when corals are exposed to stress, most often from rising ocean temperatures. Corals depend on tiny algae living inside their tissues for both nutrients and their beautiful colors. When the water gets too warm, these algae are expelled, leaving the coral pale and weakened. At this stage, the coral isn't dead, but its survival hangs in the balance. If conditions don't improve, the coral may not recover. Bleaching is more than just a loss of color. It's a sign that the entire ecosystem is under threat. Even small increases in temperature can trigger major bleaching events, disrupting the balance of marine life and signaling that something much larger is happening in our oceans. Corals have evolved to thrive within a very narrow range of temperatures, which makes them especially vulnerable to even slight warming. As our oceans absorb more heat from the atmosphere, bleaching events are happening more often and with greater severity. The problem is that these events are now occurring faster than coral reefs can recover, highlighting just how quickly climate change is progressing. When stress is continuous, corals simply don't have enough time to rebuild and regain their strength. This pattern of frequent bleaching is a clear reflection of global temperature trends and serves as a stark warning about the pace of environmental change. The health of coral reefs is a direct indicator of the health of our planet's climate. When coral bleaching occurs, the effects ripple far beyond the corals themselves. As corals weaken or die, the entire ecosystem begins to unravel. Fish lose their habitats, predators lose their food sources, and coastal communities lose the natural protection that reefs provide against storms. This chain reaction can even impact global food security and the stability of ecosystems worldwide. Loss of coral reefs disrupts marine food webs, causes rapid declines in species that depend on reefs, and removes vital storm barriers for coastal populations. Ultimately, coral bleaching is not just an environmental issue, it's a human issue, affecting economies, food supplies, and the balance of life in the ocean. Coral reefs are often the first to show visible signs of climate stress, making them crucial early indicators for the future of Earth's ecosystems. Their fragility reveals how other environments might respond to rising temperatures and environmental pressures. If corals cannot adapt, it's likely that many other marine and terrestrial species will face similar challenges. Bleaching events highlight the interconnectedness of global ecosystems and warn us about the broader threats to biodiversity. By paying attention to coral reefs, we gain insight into the health of the planet as a whole and can better understand the urgent need for action to protect all forms of life. Rising temperatures are the main cause of coral bleaching. Pollution plays a major role in weakening coral resilience. Chemicals, plastic waste, and agricultural runoff all contribute to making corals more vulnerable to heat stress. What's important to realize is that human activities on land, sometimes far from the ocean, can have direct effects on marine ecosystems. Pollution and heat together accelerate the decline of coral reefs, making it even harder for them to recover. This scene reminds us that protecting reefs requires global cooperation and changes in how we treat our environment, both on land and at sea. Coral reefs are not just important for marine life, they are vital for humans as well. Millions of people depend on reef ecosystems for food, as reefs support fisheries that feed communities around the world. Healthy reefs also protect shorelines from storms and erosion, acting as natural barriers. Tourism industries rely on the beauty and biodiversity of coral reefs, providing jobs and income for many coastal regions. Additionally, corals may hold the key to future medical discoveries, as their unique compounds are being studied for potential treatments. When reefs decline, we lose much more than biodiversity. We lose stability, livelihoods, and natural defenses. There's hope for coral reefs if the right conditions are restored. When stressors like high temperatures and pollution are reduced, reefs can begin to recover. Cooler waters and cleaner environments allow the vital algae to return, helping corals regain their strength and color. However, recovery is a slow process, and frequent bleaching events make it much harder for reefs to rebuild. Restoration efforts, such as reducing emissions and protecting reef habitats, are essential for giving corals a fighting chance. The future of coral reefs depends on our ability to create stable, supportive conditions for their survival. Coral bleaching is one of the planet's earliest and most visible alarm systems. When reefs bleach, It's a sign that ecosystems everywhere are reaching dangerous thresholds. Ignoring these warnings means missing out on crucial evidence of climate change and environmental stress. By paying attention to coral bleaching, we give ourselves the opportunity to respond in time and protect the systems that sustain life. Reefs reveal climate impacts earlier than most other ecosystems, making them invaluable for predicting the future of Earth's environment. Their decline is a call to action for everyone who cares about the planet's health. Wrap up, coral bleaching is much more than a change in color. It's a message about the direction our planet is heading. Coral reefs teach us how ecosystems respond to stress and reveal the delicate balance that supports life on Earth. By understanding what bleaching means, we gain a clearer picture of climate change and biodiversity loss. Even though reefs may seem distant from our daily lives, their survival is deeply connected to our own well-being. Resilience of coral reefs is a reflection of the resilience of our planet, and protecting them is essential for a sustainable future.